Hi, how are you?
Great. We are first live. I'm going to put the names on the screen. So with Robert Nachum from Topanda, Israeli agency in Tel Aviv, and me, Tolik. Or I need to remove the ASO news. There's already too much text on the screen. We are here. It's the first live in my group, ASO Apps Optimization Official Group. We have already like hundreds of members. Half of them was my clients. Half of them follow me. Maybe you don't know Robert, but his agency is one of the biggest agencies ASO in marketing in general in Israel. I really follow them also, their content.
Thank you.
He's my first guest here. Also, it's very strange when we make the interview in English because we both talk Hebrew, but here it's like international event. Okay, we're going to start like in 2-3 minutes, let's say. I will want to share it in all our groups. 1 second.
Yes, this is what I'm also doing.
Cool. I will send you, Robert, the link also, if you want. It's your...
Yeah, it's okay.
I have it already? Cool.
Yes.
If you have questions during the interview and if you want to write something, you can write. The interview is going to stay in the group. You can write, hey, how are you? It will help to more people to see it. 1 second. I see people start. It's you, sure. Okay, 1 second.
Yes, I'm just going to share it in more groups.
It's very hard for me to share and talk at the same time, but...
You with me? Oh, you with me. I cannot hear you. I cannot hear you. So, understand. Okay, so we have a small problem. We're going to be live in a few minutes. So I think I'm live by myself. Anatoly is going to be here in a few minutes. So yes, in general, we're going to talk a little bit about ASO, what's going on in 2019, a little bit about black and white at ASO, what will different challenges in ASO in 2019, things related to creatives and advertising channels for mobile apps. I already see that we have 10 viewers, so it's really, really cool. So thank you everyone for coming in. Anatoly is gonna be here for in 1 minute. So in general, I'm gonna try even to start without Anatoly. Yes, so so one of the first things we wanted to talk about is something that a lot of different companies are not aware of, that ASO is something, first of all, is relatively new. So that's why there are a lot of companies who don't understand even what does it mean to do ASO and how ASO should look like. So the way I see it, it's one of the biggest problem, let's say, in my, if you ask me, is that every time you meet with different mobile apps, you have to really explain them further about ASO. and how ASO can help their app to get to the top of their keywords. And in a nutshell, I'm going to explain a little bit about ASO. So ASO is a really, really big, let's say, word for doing two main different things, okay? One, to optimize your app to Google Play or to the App Store or whatever, Amazon Shop or whatever, and related to keywords and all those kind of stuff. And the second one is to optimize your app when it comes to things related to your app icon, your screenshots, your let's say your shop in the App Store, how the app looks like, what people are seeing at glance where they're looking at the app, and if they really understand what does the app is doing, why should I download the app, and so on and so on and so on. So these are like the main things related to ASO, if you ask me. And it's super important to understand that ASO is only part of the deal, meaning that ASO, it's not that most of the time, okay, it's not that, oh, I think Anatoly is back, let's see. Anatoly, are you with me? Anatoly? One moment, guys. So in general, I think I'm by myself once again. Anyway, in general, ASO, it's super critical thing that apps should do, but, and once again, I'm saying that, but, it's only part of the marketing plan that you have to build for your mobile app. It's not that you're doing ASO and, I don't know, 1 month afterwards, your app is in the top 5 charts for your category and so on and so on and so on. It's not hocus pocus. I guess it's a universal word. Anyway, the thing with ASO is that except the fact that you want to optimize your app. Let's see if it's coming back. Anatoly.
I'm here.
Oh, amazing.
1 second, I need to connect the second camera so I can continue. 1 second, I'm back with the right camera because the camera from, in Dell, they put for some reason the camera in the bottom of the screen. I don't know why it's not in the top. 1 second, I come back.
That was funny. So when you think about ASO, like if you have an app on a website, okay, you want to optimize your website to the search engines. So just like that, you want to optimize your app to the search engines of the app stores, whether it's Google Play or whether it's the App Store. So let's see, maybe it's going back.
Now I'm back.
Great. So I was just talking a little bit about that companies are not aware of ASO in general. What does it mean, ASO? And what they need to, like, what does it mean, ASO in general? That
it's what we talked before with, we have some clients, very big companies, very big budgets, but they don't really have problem to invest in paid advertising, but they don't understand what if they, let's say, they can make their CPI much lower because the organic traffic they're going to get from the paid advertising going to be much higher.
Exactly. So in general, it's something that a lot of people should understand that, and once again, as you said, that we're seeing different companies who are spending a lot of money on their media, but they're not optimizing their app in the App Store. So I want to take this concept and to explain it a little bit further. So think about it. You have a let's say a shop that you're selling jeans. Okay, you're selling jeans. Now, great, you're putting a lot of money on your media, okay? You're buying media on different websites, you're buying media on Facebook, you're doing a lot of different stuff. A lot of people are coming to your shop, a lot, like hundreds of in a day. But when you're coming to the shop, you see your window looks like shit, okay? You don't look good, so people are coming to your shop and they would say, what is this? I don't want to buy this, okay? And then they're going, and when they're going away, and they're not going to go back. So it's important that if you're doing it, your window should look really, really cool, okay? And your shop should be really beautiful and amazing, and just afterwards, people will start to buying your stuff. This is how it works also with mobile apps. Am I right?
It's also, by the way, same work with dating.
With dating.
My wife told me when she met me that in the first date I come like shaved and come with good look clothes, and it's what critical in the first impression, because people, first of all, the apps they are free, so people see like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They decide in like 2 seconds if they download it or not. Also, when I say to people, the description, it's sometimes less critical. It's critical for Google Play because it's searchable, but most of the people even not read description. They simply see the icon. Sorry, in the salon like they do. See the icon, see the title. You must have connection between the icon and the title. Sometimes people.
Exactly.
I have some client from yesterday. Okay, I want to give this example. 1 second, okay? And you will tell me what you think. We don't talk about it before.
By the way, you have to have connection between everything, meaning that you have connection with your icon, you have to have connection with the title, you have to have connection with your screenshots, and of course with the copywriting. That is super important these days, to have a good copywriting for your screenshots, okay? Because sometimes you'll see really good screenshots and there is not enough call to action or some features that are like really saying, okay, this is what the app is doing. Sometimes you're entering to a mobile app page and you understand what the app is doing. So it's super, super crucial to understand it, okay?
I going 1 second to share the screen. I want to show you the app. So we don't plan it, but let's analyze it in live, It's the best to do. Everybody who wants, by the way, to share, they can share the interview because, okay, let's see. Now we're going to see this on the screen, and I'm going only I remove us from the screen and only put sorry. Okay, now you see my screen, right? Okay, it's the app.
Yes, I see it.
I also put link into the app. This is totally new app. I will summarize this. If you go to the title, I also will send you now in Facebook, so you will have the link. Everybody can take it from the comments. And this client comes from the yesterday and asked me what he needs new screenshot and new icon. And I told him, wait, maybe you need new screenshot and new icon, but it's not your main problem. You are thinking you are Twitter or Facebook, but everybody knows what's Power City. Okay? He even not put some keywords in the title. I don't talk about the ranking. I talk about explain what the app about.
So let's try to, before we're talking about everything related to the graphics and so on, let's just talk about what we see at the moment. Okay. We have a title with only one keyword, the name of the app, am I right? And we have a subtitle called the Jared Company. So as you already said, that no one knows what is the Jared Company, and it's a waste of subtitle keywords that are just going away. And of course, if we look at the title, we have only one keyword. We have over there, correct me if I'm wrong, 30 characters maximum that we can put in the title. So as you already said, they have to add some keywords related to their app. Of course, according to the message that they have to do. Maybe they didn't do it, Except that, I don't think we need to talk a little bit more about the description, because as you already said, and I don't know if people are aware of this or not, but most of the users are not reading the description. If I recall, we're talking about between 5 and 10% of the people that are entering your...
something like this, yeah.
Yeah, it's really nothing. So I'm not saying that it's not important, okay? It should look good, but it's not the main important.
It's also in iOS. I guess maybe you already know it. The description not rank in the store. In Google Play, it's take the content like in the site for SEO. It's take from the description. In iOS, it's not have any ranking. So
yes, of course, of course. This is something that I guess that if people here are watching us, it's very important to understand that first, as you know, there are a lot of difference between Google Play and iOS. And one of the main differences is that the description on iOS is not indexed and on Google Play is indexed. So we can understand that on Google Play it's much more important and on iOS it's less important. But if we're talking, by the way, about the app, the screenshots, so first, the way I see it, there is too much text, first of all, in those screenshots. The screenshots in general looks, I don't know, I would say a little bit old or a little bit, it doesn't look so good, okay? It looks
I can say something, but you don't put a bright blue color on black blue color. It's never looked too good.
Let's say that we can see that a designer didn't made the screenshots, for sure.
It's something also me can make. It's in some program. Let's say if I'm not designer,
Exactly.
I can put. You can make it easily in Canva. Let's say.
Exactly. So first, they have to work on this, and of course, the keywords. I really don't know which keywords they chose or not, but
we can make a test here automatically, and if you want. By the way, we talk about this with also we're going to talk about ASO tools. We talk about with this Robert. He using mainly sensor tower and mobile action. I using mostly Uptweak. I want to put. You also can write tools that you use in the comments, and we'll tell you what we think about them and our experience, because I use many ASO tools. Also use UpRadar and ASO Desk. Okay, now we can see subtitle. He don't have even a subtitle, by the way. It's not a subtitle.
It's not the company something?
It's the company name. He don't put any subtitle because he don't know ASO.
Of course.
By the way, what rank in iOS? It's title, subtitle, keywords, and that's all, right? Yes, that's all.
Exactly.
So basically, we don't know what is keywords. Let's go about keywords. Let's say some keywords.
It will give you some related keywords, but I don't think it's like the keywords that they're using.
Yeah, but it can give me some keywords they put.
Because we're talking about at the moment about iOS, I want to clarify some important things that a lot of people are not aware of. As you always said, the title, the subtitle, and the keywords, the 100 list keyword characters are the most important on iOS. And the thing is that I saw it with a lot of different apps. They're using the same keyword twice. For example, they're putting the keyword game in the title and in their keywords. Do not do it.
I will explain it. Let's say let's say your title it's a game of war. Anyway, you don't need to put game, by the way, in the keyword, because if your game is a game, so it's automatic keyword.
It's a little. I'm not quite sure, but it depends. It really depends, because I'll give you an example. Okay, so for example, I'm working with solitaire apps. Okay, so solitaire, as you can understand, is super hard to rank for the keyword itself, solitaire. But there are different keywords like solitaire games, solitaire free games, solitaire, and so on. So in my opinion, it's important to put the keyword game the way I see it, okay? If I'll not use the keyword game, I'll get my ranks much more lower than
So, by the way, what we now not agree, it's what now in the ASO, because you don't have one opinion. You have many. It's something also critical. You have things that are 100% true. Title and subtitle and keywords are ranked. Description not ranked. But you have many tricks and methods. What I'm, for example, I know what I don't put never the game in. If it's a game, if it's not a game, so I don't have reason to put a game. But
yes,
if the game is ranked, I also not put never the category name. If the category name is cards, I not put cards in the keywords.
Interesting.
But what you say, it's also right sometimes, because you never know. It needs to be like tested. I make this test and I don't saw different. And also it's very easy to make the test with something different. You can put here, for example, let's talk about solitaire, okay? Solitaire. And solitaire have 8,000. I make my screen more bigger. Keyword solitaire have 8,523 options. Let's put, by the way, these things also change a lot.
Of course.
The algorithm, solitaire games, you have very, very similar number, and solitaire game, okay? You have
online game, for example, even.
Yes. Now you have different 200 results between here and here, right?
What's the search volume? Because I cannot see.
Search volume in solitaire is 55, and in solitaire games is 29, and solitaire game it's 10. Okay.
Games, maybe. By the way, games.
Solitaire games, yeah. No, I mean the different here is the reason I say it. The different here. I make it bigger. I guess you see it now. The difference of 200 apps, it's because 200 apps are not games, or in the category something else. So the game, the word game, yeah. These things, by the way, and I guess also Robert and me always make this testing and have new ideas. It's something that you can reveal, everybody can reveal also during the testing they make on their own apps. For example, I must show you something. I'm going to make about this case study, so I don't have problem to show and the client agree. I have some clients with very big app in, it's basically the biggest invitation card today in Google Play. Now we try to promote iOS and see what, the tactic that if you put, let's go 1 second. Greetings Island and Greeting Island is the same because we have like the S different, right?
Yes, of course. So on iOS, if you're using, for example, by the way, the keyword game, okay, the algorithm will take also games.
So it's not right. It's not right.
From what I know, it's
no. It's not because you're wrong. Because it changed like a few times 2 weeks ago. It's see this 1 second. I make his ASO and it is company name, okay? And what I saw it like this. We rank for this, and from some reason stop in 29th of November.
There was an algorithm change, yes, at the end of the year.
And only after I update the keyword greeting without S, we back to rank, and we lose lots of traffic. So it's the things when I told you don't wrong because it was like this, like one you don't know because
so this is something super crucial to understand that everything is changing really fast.
Yeah.
Also on iOS and also on Google Play, and it reminds me like SEO long time ago. Every month there was something new that is happening.
Yeah.
This is what is going on with ASO at the moment. But listen, AskTolik, I want to go back a little bit to the thing that we started to talk about related to what's ASO for companies and what companies should.
1 second, I will back us to the screen.
Yes.
Okay, we are back. Okay.
Hi. So like the thing is that it's super crucial to understand that except the fact that you have to optimize your app, and as we already talked about, that your product page would look really good, your messages will be really understandable, that users will understand what the app is doing in 2 seconds. The second thing that is important to understand that those companies, or most of the companies, are doing different user acquisition campaigns. And at the end of the process, there are users who are coming to your product page. And afterwards, they're deciding whether to download the app or whether to not download the app. So as we already said, if your app is not optimized, so let's say that we will take the app that you already shown with the
Harbor City.
Yes. So if we'll take that and we'll put, I don't know, $100,000 per month, okay, we'll get a lot of different users who are going be on your product page, on their product page, and they will get much more less downloads for sure, because it doesn't look good. You don't understand what the app is doing, and so on and so on and so on. It doesn't matter, like, you understand me. So this kind of, in this kind of situation, it's super important for companies to do ASO because it will increase their conversion rate in the App Store. So this is the first thing. So for example, if you put $100,000, okay, and I don't know, you'll get, let's say, I don't know, 20,000 installs, okay, without ASO. So with ASO, it's possible even to get 40,000 installs.
It's not only this. When you have more installs, your ranking is improved. It's
your organic reach.
Yeah, and you also can go to the top charts. You can get covers in magazines and big websites and the YouTubers, and it's like a big loop with only if you make ASO right, so it can like push all the loop happen, and it's happened
Exactly.
for me. It's happened for me in the past, not one time. It's also a lot of luck you need, like every time, because you never know when you're going to rank. I, for example, today rank second place in US in the World Bingo, and it's crazy. Before Bingo Blitz in the World Bingo,
Yes.
and it's also luck, because you can't control everything. I guess I know why it's happened, but I'm not sure, and I'm not going to tell you why it happened.
So that's another important thing to say, that sometimes even us, that let's say we consider ourselves as professionals in this in ASO, sometimes you don't know what happened, something changed, something you don't know. You can say, okay, I think it's that, I think it's this, but you're not quite 100% sure, saying, okay, I know what's happened. So yes.
I want something else to say. Okay. I have some question. After it, I will ask this. Some question from the crowd. I don't know who is it because it's the way work be live. Okay, if you want, you can answer. I will answer.
How helpful search campaign nowadays for Android and iOS? So first of all, how helpful is
Android? You don't have search campaigns. You can make.
No, yeah, you have the global. Okay, it's more or less the same. I understand what his question. So in general, first of all, it's not helpful. I think, okay, that if your app is in, let's say, competitive area, so first of all, you have to do this kind of campaigns the way I see it. Only afterwards you'll see the fruits, okay, let's say, of the ASO work. So they are going together. It's not that you're doing only ASO, you have to do both, whatever, if it's search campaigns or if it's Facebook campaigns, Twitter, whatever, it doesn't matter. How crucial? So in my opinion, the iOS system is much more, let's say, I would not say better, but I would say because of the fact that you can choose different keywords that your ad will show in with those keywords, it's much more better the way I see it from Google Play, that it's only, okay, give me the app, give me the screenshots, we're gonna do everything, because Google is doing it automatically.
Yeah.
So I think that helpful, I would say that search ads on iOS are much more helpful at the moment. Also because of the fact that when you're choosing a different keywords to, for example, let's go back with the solitaire. So for example, I would say, okay, I'm going to do ads only with the keyword solitaire. So at the end of the process, or not at the end, in the meanwhile, I will rank much more higher for the keyword solitaire because I'm getting their downloads and more traffic from that certain keyword. So it's super important to understand it. I would say that in general, it's helpful, and it's not also only helpful, it's crucial.
Okay. I agree basically with everything we say, because you always, I don't say always, because sometimes the app have like organic boost, like the app I show Greetings Island, we already get like in Android around 12,000 downloads per day. From them, 90% is organic. In iOS, like 2,000 already per day, everything organic. We also make this boost that you're talking about, not always. Like we make the boost, see what happened. When you change your keywords, you want to also make some boost and see what happened and what you reach. So it can help a lot. In iOS, you have two options of advanced campaign and basic campaigns. Basic, it's very similar for the universal app campaign that you make in Google Play.
Just launch the campaign.
Yeah, and you have the advanced campaign where you can choose your keywords.
And you can exclude different keywords and so on and so on.
Yeah, I can tell you what also one more thing. The search campaigns in Apple are very new. So let's say new countries open like few months ago. The first thing I make when I get the email from iOS about new countries, I open campaign in Germany. I buy installs for this invitation maker for 6 cents because nobody buy. I buy.
Yeah, because it was new.
It was new. It was no competition. Nobody has some invitation maker. So in the first month, I push it in Germany like crazy. Like really, I can show it. It was like 10 cents per install.
Crazy.
In Germany. And
crazy numbers.
It's crazy numbers. It's no. So when you have, it's also a tip for all the marketers and all developers. When you have new tools of marketing, I can tell you about. I don't know if you advertise in Quora. Somebody you advertised in Quora in the past? How the CPI in Quora?
It really depends. Once again, it really depends on the on your niche, you know. So if it's competitive, maybe it will cost a little bit more. But in general, Quora is a really good place to.
Why it's a good place? Even me never advertise in Quora, and I ask you because I don't know if you know advertise, because most of the people don't know advertising Quora. And when you have tools, and I think Bing also start instant campaigns. Bing, it's like the small Google. Again, all these tools.
Competitor.
It's less competition, and you always can buy for less. What happened today in Facebook? Everybody today advertises in Facebook. Everybody teach advertising in Facebook. So people know how to advertise, even though they don't know they're in the competition. So the price go higher. So
exactly.
I always try to find new niche to new tools.
Because it's super, it costs a lot of money on Facebook. And by the way, another great platform to try to work with is Reddit.
Reddit. Oh, it's wow. We never advertise for. You can advertise in payment in Reddit, or
what does it mean in payment?
You can advertise for payment or only organic?
No, with payment.
Really?
Yes, you can.
Okay, nice. I never tried. So again, it's so many platforms. I also can talk about advertising companies.
So that's why I'm saying to a lot of different companies that consulting with me is that the first important thing that you have to do before you're talking even about doing campaigns, doing user acquisition, spending X money per month, before you start doing this, you have, first of all, to take care of your ASO at the beginning, to do some kind of, I would say, I would not say audit, I would not say it, but I would say you have to do one time crucial job at the beginning, doing keyword research, selecting the right keywords, writing the description according to the keyword research you made, the graphic, the icon, and so on and so on and so on.
I totally agree. This client that I showed about Greetings Island, he pay a lot of money to us, but he's satisfied because we make from also all the languages, we make all the optimization. And today we continue work with him monthly because we have big plans, but sometimes after, like, I don't know how your company work, but we sometimes make with clients like 1-2 months of optimization and giving the first boost. So later they also can continue alone. But who order one time ASO, so we make it only one time. We don't know what's going to happen.
So as you already said, it really depends. So sometimes there are companies who are not want to work with you. I don't know, 3 months minimum. They would say, okay, do me this first time job. Thank you very much. Bye bye. And sometimes, it really depends. But let's go back a little bit to the points we wrote before. We wanted to talk about a little bit about the black and the gray area.
But before it, let's talk one question and we'll be back to it, okay?
Mm-hmm. I see.
Yeah. You can, if you can, please also, Nitish, yes, put link to your game because interesting for us to see the game. So if you can also.
I'm going to feature next week in the Middle East countries. Do you have any suggest what we can do in keyword discovery and ASO? Okay. I want to say something that is relatively new, that one of my clients got featured on, it's going to be, by the way, on iOS or on our Google Play. Also, please answer.
And also interesting for me how you get the featured, because today you have option to apply to Apple, connections. I, by the way, not have any connections with Apple or Google. You have some connections with Apple or Google?
I have, but I would not talk about them at the moment. So, no, I'm just kidding. I have, but I don't have how do I say it in English? Like I don't have. I know someone who knows someone,
Oh, it's the same of me. I also know someone. So
exactly.
It's interesting for me how he both platforms.
Exactly. So I want to start to answer these questions, and let's see how we can help this guy. So in general, I don't know if it's what I'm gonna say is happening on iOS also, but on Google Play, I would say definitely. Okay, that when you're getting featured, you're gonna see two main things. One, you're gonna see a lot of different discovery is go up, and you're gonna see a lot of course, people who are seeing your page, and you're gonna see your conversion rate most of the time is gonna get down. And the most important thing to talk about in this situation is that after you're getting featured, and I don't know, it can be a week, it can be a few days, whatever. After you're getting featured, in those particular countries, you're gonna see your keywords going down. This is what happened to me twice. So, and I think that it's happening only because one important thing, because the app is getting in one end a lot of different installs, but a lot of those installs are going
uninstall it.
Exactly, they're going away because they're done on it few minutes after they are installed it, and the algorithm is understanding that okay, the app is getting a lot of different installs, but on the other end they're getting a lot of different uninstalls.
Not good app.
Exactly. So it's not. It's most of the time you're wrong. You're wrong. You're right most of the time. But sometimes, even if it's good app, it's important to understand that when you're getting featured, a lot of people that they didn't look to download your app are downloading the app. They're downloading it, seeing it. They say, "Okay, I like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Bye bye. Thank you very much. I'm gonna uninstall that."
So I have also for you. Let me know if you finish. You finish?
More or less.
Oh, you can continue because I have.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Talk.
I have one tip for you. Okay. First of all, if you're going to localize in Middle East, so you must to localize Arabic and Hebrew. And hey, you have two experts in Hebrew. You can choose one of them. And also for Arabic, we can help. I don't know if you have somebody in Arabic, but I have in the team somebody in Arabic. I think he must to do it because if you're going to feature in Middle East, and here in the Middle East we have all Arabic. By the way, we talk about Google Play because in iOS you don't have Arabic in Hebrew.
So what he said? He said Google Play.
Both.
He's gonna get in both platforms featured
in Middle East. I know how he get it. He knows somebody.
Of course.
Now I know how he featured. Anyway, in Google Play, you have localization of Hebrew and Arabic. You must do it. I have feeling he also from one of the Arabic countries, so I guess Arabic is not going to be a problem. But let's talk now about iOS. iOS, you don't have localization for Hebrew and Arabic. I have some trick in iOS that we always use. It's UK English. If you know UK English, you rank in the Middle East. So I suggested for a close update the UK English keywords, everything in Hebrew and Arabic was relevant for your app. So you can boost everything in these keywords. You can, if it's a game, so you can go to general keywords like in Hebrew it's mischakim. I guess with your boost, you're going to get to first place in this keyword. I'm quite sure, right? Because
I'm not quite sure first, but let's say the top 10.
Let's say the top, yeah. It's what happened, and you can get organic traffic. After it, you can change it and back the keywords and see what you leave and what you rank. So it's
it's a nice thing what you said, and also it's important to understand that when you're doing that, on the other side, on UK, they'll see some I don't know, Hebrew keywords also, whatever.
But what I saw with this tip, now also Polish and Romanian, you have localization in iOS. It's something new, like 1 week ago. I use this trick also in Romanian and Polish, and until like 2 weeks ago, my slot games was the first games in Romania.
Nice.
It's not amazing. You know what I made? I will say it in Hebrew. Tseva Adom. You know what Tseva Adom, right? So I had some app for children in the last war on Israel. So I put in the keyword Tseva Adom. Was only 2 apps, my app and the real Tseva Adom. I get every day like 200, 300 downloads.
So this is great strategy. It's something that we can talk about it for hours, but in general, it's something that it's a nice strategy. So you took an app that is super, let's say.
What do you think about it?
They have a lot. It's interesting. So they have a lot of traffic. It's a really big app, and they don't have competitors in the App Store. You put their keywords, you are second number after. So it's nice. It's a great way.
But I not had any connection. The connection was when people download this app because they know when the missiles need to come. Nobody know what I'm talking about. But sometimes they roll us missiles, and it's happened every few years. It can happen in the south every day. But and they also have kids. So I guess they download the app for their kids because they don't understand what happened. Because so it's very critical when you have some connection on the topic, because if it's totally different app, people will not download it.
They have to be a little bit related.
Yeah, and if it's full correlation, so wow, you are totally win the lottery. Not happen a lot.
Exactly.
One more strategy before we go to the question, and I make it now is also this app, Chris Allen. You have a lot of websites about invitation for wedding, and not all the websites have mobile app. So we find few websites that are amazing, and they don't have mobile app. And we simply put the keyword of the website. We saw it also have search, and we put the keyword of the website in our keywords. So basically, we're the only app who rank on the website, and people see the same topic, so we get boom, boost of the download.
Interesting.
It also works. Okay, let's back to the question. If somebody have more things to ask, you can ask it. Let's see. I have 15 viewers online. We talk about we talk about the black ASO and white ASO, and let me know what you think about the black ASO and what's your if you're going to discover something.
I'm gonna be honest. I think that black ASO, let's say in the past, I would say, I don't know, maybe 2 years or 3 years that worked. I think that these days also iOS and also Google Play, by the way, if we're talking also about 2019, they are going to be even more restrict about things related to spammy keywords, or buying reviews or buying installs from bots and so on, and all those kind of things that in the past few years, there were a lot of different apps that did it, but I think that these days
I did it.
I'm not recommending to do it these days, but once again, if you can take if you want to try them So do it, but if your app, if you have a big app or something, or if the app is...
I agree with you 100%. If you don't have nothing to lose, I can say this tactics is still work, but it's in risk. I know some websites can give you first place with both, but you must to know if your app is very big, it's not worth it. I not make it today for my apps. I must to be clear. I recommend it for clients that have new app and want to grow much faster. But it's a risk, and it costs also a lot of money. So you can also pay a lot of money. I guess you know the services. You can pay a lot of money. You can risk your app, and you can be banned by Google. To be banned by Google, you don't want to be banned because Google will find you anywhere you walk. And people today change credit card.
They're coming to your house,
It's not funny. I have big histories who know me also. I'm in the past. I was when I was young and less experienced. I don't know the risk. I bend a lot and I try many things. It's not good tactics for the long term. Okay.
For sure.
For the long term, it's not good tactic. It's if you want a really good business and stable business.
Sustainable.
So it's like put all in every time on poker. Okay, so you can win, but in the end you're going to lose. So
you're totally right. And another important thing to understand that another thing that I didn't talked about regarding the black ASO, I would not say that it's 100% black, but it's gray black in the middle.
Yeah.
So to do boost campaigns. In the past, it worked amazing. So in the past, you had the possibility to say, okay, I want to get ranked on whatever category. I want to be in the top 20. How much money should I spend?
Okay.
There were a lot of different companies that were doing this. And then you're giving them the money. They're bringing you in like 3, 4, 5 days maximum, a lot of installs. Your app is going up. Your app is going up anyway in the rankings, and when you're going up, you have to get more organic traffic. But nowadays it doesn't work, and their algorithms can.
It's only hardware. In Google Play, for sure, you're going to be down because the retention is going to be bad. The usage of the app going to be bad. It's very big tactic, and all these companies like Tabjoy and Iron Source, but today and many apps that say incentivize traffic.
I'm not quite sure. They are still doing it, by the way.
Yeah. And what is still doing it? Offer walls incentivize traffic.
Yes,
So they do it. They still do it. It's very bad idea. It's hard your app. It's may bring you. It's like a marketing, it looks very nice. Wow, I have a lot of installs. If somebody saw the serious Silicon Valley, so they have, you know what I'm talking about, Silicon Valley? So
yes.
They have the app and they start to buy, somebody start to buy from them incentivized installs. So I was very happy. But when they look at the active installs, nobody used the app. So I don't know what is happening here.
Nobody is happy.
It maybe look nice, and it's going to be everybody going to be very positive and see it. And wow, we have a lot of installs. I know today some app we talk about. I think I don't know. I don't want to say the name because I don't know somebody will. But Israeli company, I will tell you later. And they write something. We have 50,000 installs, and I know the advertising Tabjoy in my app, so everything is incentivized. It's not worth nothing.
Interesting. By the way, I want to say that if we're talking more a little bit about the black and so on, so there are, as you already said, there are different, let's say, localizations, things where you can do that can, they can help your, for example, your English US store. They can help your keywords because there are different countries that are related.
Okay, I have some list, and I also shared it in my website, so I'm going to share it in the comments because it's something also available in the internet. I think only to be in this event, it's worth it because I'm going to share it. Of course, if you want to use it smart way, you need to work with ASO expert because if you're only going to look on it, so you will know what is it. But I guess if already Robert talk about it, I know he already know about it and how it's work. If you go to the comments, you will see the list. it's open for everybody. You can share it also. I will not take credit for it because I steal it from some different place.
Of course.
But it's things that you need to know how to use it. You need to know how to make the combinations. I guess also your company make it, and they make the right combinations, and boom, you're ranked for much more keywords, and it looks like a miracle.
Exactly. It's really
so
good.
which more tactics of black ASO that you use today?
I'm gonna go back a little bit to something really interesting that I understood in the past few months that I'm not quite sure if it's gonna happen to everyone or not, if it's gonna work, but it's something really cool. So, for example, if I'm gonna go back to the Solitaire app or whatever, let's go to Begamon. Okay, Begamon. It's once again, it's an area. If you look for Begamon, you'll find hundreds and hundreds of different mobile apps. The thing is that for the keyword Begamon, okay, so you have a lot of different cinemas or like keywords that are related to the keyword Begamon. For example, you have Begamon on different languages, for example. So if you take those languages and put it on your, for example, iOS on the keywords, you'll eventually will help the main keyword, which is Begamon, to go even higher. And it's something that,
interesting. This I don't know before.
I didn't know also, but I saw it and it works. So it's something. So this is on one way, and the other way, something that is working is to use misspellings. So, for example, Begamon, it's Backkammon. For example, some people will search it without 2M, they will write only 1M.
For example, like me, we don't know how to spelling even.
It doesn't matter, but there are a lot of different, and you see when you're taking the keywords to your app store, to your ASO software, you see that this keyword has traffic, meaning that it's working, and I've been asking these questions a lot of time, but it's true. So if you're taking, so for example, I'm going to go back to the Begamon. If you want only to get downloads from the keyword Begamon, so for example, I would use Begamon with different misspellings, plus I will add Begamon in different languages all together, and everything is only to get ranked higher for the keyword Begamon, and it's working. So I guess there are a lot of different, apps and games that only one or two keywords are, really, really, really important for them. They are getting most of the traffic from this keyword. So it's a really nice thing to try to do and to see if it works.
Totally.
So it's a nice thing to do. Yes, let's go.
I want to put also a few questions people ask, okay? Do you know, okay, it's the guy who going to be featured in Arabic. We're going to have more 10, it's okay, and more 15 minutes, right?
Yes, but let's say I would, let's try until 3 and 10 minutes because I'm in a conference room.
15 minutes, what I say. Do you know the percentage of Arabic and English language in the Middle East? I don't know. Nobody.
I don't know. I don't know also.
It's the God know. All the gods.
It's a good question. Try to ask Apple or something.
Try to send letter to Apple and Google if they can answer you about it.
Maybe they will. We have more questions, by the way.
In app marketing, expert keyword. Okay, you will answer first because so many things. So I guess we will go. I will have
involved in app marketing except keywords in Google Play /ASO. In app marketing in general, so you, as I already said that, like I think 5 times, you have the ASO in general that it's related to keywords and everything related to Google keywords, and of course the appearance of your store, screenshots, feature graphic, icon, and so on and so on and so on. By the way, with those, you have to keep experimenting all the time. It's super important. We didn't talk about it too much, but it's very important to do this kind of A/B testing, ongoing A/B testing, because you never know what you're going to find. And of course, with marketing in general, as you already said, there are a lot of different channels which you can market your app. In general, I would say all those social media platforms, plus doing PR for the app, it's super important if you getting, I don't know, a PR mention on a really big newsletter or whatever, you will get a lot of different info from that. So it's another great channel. And also, we didn't talk about it too much, but Google Play and the connection between Google Play and link building, it's not 100% sure. So there will be people that will say that it doesn't matter if you have links or not, but the way I see it, I think the way I would say 70% of the people see it, link building is also part of making your app on Google Play much more visible to others.
I agree, but no way to know how much, so it's very hard to say. But I agree, and I can tell it that it's work because Google is Google. Google, they have main algorithm, and Google algorithm, anyway, they have it in websites. In the website, everybody knows it's critical. So it's also critical for Google search about app building. Something else?
I would say, of course, app marketing and, of course, using those different ad networks and so on. It's also part of the marketing. I think these are the main channels where you need to when you need to market your app. I guess there are more, but you know.
I will say one more channel that are very famous. Maybe you know about it, influencers. And
influencer marketing, of course.
Influencer, I will give some website. First of all, I hope my influencer with something like 1.5 million followers. It's some kid in US going to be serious because now I take it out of the project. He don't saw this video, but we're now going to some feature for Instagram. He have option to get with his influencers friends to dozens of millions of users. Very hard to work with influencers who are very famous because they are not like business guys always. They are. For example, in the beginning we start to work, and after you don't answer, and we need to start to develop it. And I told him, hey, we need to know you're in or out. So, but I have some platform that everybody can work. Maybe you know it. It's called FameBit, and I use it a few times. I put it on the comments. It's Google basically a few months ago because they really grow, and today it's like FameBit by YouTube, and you have many. First of all, if you have a lot of audience in Instagram, YouTube, you can join them, and it's a amazing platform to make campaigns. In influencer marketing, you must to connect the influencer to. It's not like, hey, advertise my app, I will get many downloads. Like Robert say, when you feature, you get many spammy downloads. So it's what happen if somebody will advertise you and your app not relevant. Nobody use something they don't need. Okay, you need to find influencers that are relevant for your app. For example, if it's for a teenager, so you need some guy with most of his audience from US. If it's
of course. The app needs to be related to that guy or that woman, whatever that you're finding in your in the influencer marketing campaigns, and it's very crucial to understand that those kind of campaigns. As you already said, you need to talk with the influencer. He needs to download the app. He needs to understand it. It's not like, boom, okay, I want to publish the app. It's not like that, as you said. It's a little bit complicated, but I think that most of the time it's worth it. And also using micro influencers is also a good thing to do. Once again, it depends on your niche, you know.
Okay. I have one trick when I'm going to show everybody. Maybe you also not use it, because I reveal it and I don't have problem to reveal it. If you know, Google start to give you your keywords that you rank on them and the keywords that you get downloads. Maybe some people, I guess you know it, but
once again, it's important to understand that it's happening only when you have a certain amount of installs.
I want to show the screen and show you some trick for everybody, because I think for everybody here, שלום, יכולים להיכנס לשידור. איך אני בזה, עם תלמיד? עוד שנייה. One second, I will share my screen. One second. By mistake, I take both of us out of the...
That's okay.
One second. One second. Okay. Now it's a screen. Okay, now we're here. So again, I show this app now had this icon. In the beginning, when we start, it was the icon of the brand. And when we have make connection between the icon to the name, so it start to make much more downloads, only of different of the icon. It was like twice. Second thing, what we use here, we go to user reports, acquisition reports, and what I take, it's like 1 month. Let's take this month, okay, December, and I go to search. You can also see here how much come from search and how much come from Explorer. So I go to search, and I'm going to show now in live. And we see that in Brazil, this keyword give us like 9,000 installs, okay?
Yes.
This data we take to iOS. And when I optimize my title in iOS with this keyword and also add few more options, so we start to get from 10 downloads per day in iOS from Brazil to 300 downloads per day in iOS from Brazil. It's crazy.
Interesting.
It's something new because they only start now to give the data. So
I think it was, it started like a few months ago, 4 or 5 August maybe.
By the way, not all the accounts have it yet.
Of course, it's entering everyone.
It's like beta. So today when I get somebody ASO, I always ask him to share with me my account, and I have access to so many accounts. So basically I sit on crazy data, and I have access to crazy data. And when like me and Robert, we have agencies and we have access to many accounts, we can help our clients to rank much better because we have much more data than regular user. And if you, for example, have clients from some niche, think how you can help these clients to rank, to rank from different keywords. I only try it and I see, wow, it's work, like the things you don't believe, but it's same people. In Google Play and iOS, in general, it's people. So if I change my device to Google Play, I not start to think different, okay? We have last 5 minutes. Now you can say your things and we say thank you.
What we wanted to say, another thing, we wanted to talk about a little bit about, some like ASO tools. So you already said that you're using AppTweak. I'm using Mobile Action Sensor Tower. I would mention more different tools that I'm using in order to, doing things related to the keyword research and so on. So, for example, I'm using capitalize my title every time. I'm going to put it in the comments. It's a really, really nice tool that you can take a different sentence and just put it over there, and it will capitalize your title. It's really good for, iOS or a Google Play title. It's just copy paste, and I don't need to think, which keyword I need to, which word I need to capitalize, which not, things like that. What else I'm using? I'm using a word counter. I really like this tool. Super easy. I'm taking.
I also will put some word counter to to the comment. I also put your company, by the way, if somebody wants.
Thank you.
Company website. I don't have now a website because our website now is construction. So if somebody want to ping me in private.
Construction. Cool. What else? I'm using this text analyzer. It looks like it's a tool that made in the 90s, but it's really, really cool. You know, to getting different info about like how many times you're using different keywords and so on and so on and so on.
Nice.
Yes, and what else? Oh, there are so much more. So the emoji, by the way, another tip is to use emojis in your on Google Play, because on iOS it's not working at the moment. So emojis can bring you more downloads. It's really, really cool to use emoji. For example, in the short description is something that in the past when I did some A/B tests, I saw great results from it.
Before you continue, one trick. If you make localization, I really recommend to put emoji of the country, sometimes in the icon or so description. So if I see Israel, automatically, hey, I'm proud, it's Israeli up maybe. And if I see so also trick with work. What else?
Interesting.
It's very practice, you know. It's what amazing in marketing. You never know. It's simply things that we're using, and we know it's work from them. It's the reason we also share here.
Yes, exactly.
It's not always going to work for you. We don't know.
Exactly. That's why I already said that every time you need to test different kind of things. And I'm not recommending to apps that I really want to do ASO to do a one-time job and that's all. So, you know, it's going to both directions. Sometimes wait, I have another thing that is really cool. This is amazing. It's a tool that I'm gonna also put it here on the comments. It's a tool that you can, for example, you can put different sets of keywords and it will create different sentences. It's really, really cool.
Nice. All your tools like they made by DOS, you know, like 20 years ago.
20, 40, 5, before it was before we had computers, they made it.
I also will put some tool of synonyms. I guess everybody knows what synonyms. Also in the description in Google Play, it's very critical.
Of course.
Maybe you know it, this one. Put it now.
I have it in the...
guys who saw the video, girls, I don't know, you have some value from this broadcast? Because I think we give a lot of value, but people don't know many things.
Too much.
I believe to share the data, because who get it can use it, but always going to follow. Again, I already said it, like from marketing side, because somebody saw you, he maybe saw it again in some different place, in some advertising. Hey, I saw this guy. I know he know what he's talking about. So I give like not all my data, not 100%, for free. And I really believe on it, on share data, because also different people share data, and we learn also from different people, right? We also don't learn always by yourself.
Of course. It's a great strategy in general. You know, as you said, it's important to share the data that you already know, because you never know what people will say or whatever. You know, where people will go, okay, I know this guy is talking about ASO, really cool, and so on and so on.
It's about branding, by the way. If you want to build good brand, so
of course,
it's critical. And also, Robert, they have a group in Israel. You also can put the group on Israel, because maybe you have Israelis here. Targeted, right? I don't remember the name. So you can also for your group. Some people not only make apps, they also make different businesses, so they can follow. It's in Hebrew, so if you don't know Hebrew, it's not relevant for you. And that's I think we have 2 minutes to
summarize. Yeah.
How was the broadcast?
Well, I think it was really good, and it was flowing, and I don't see that we didn't have any trouble with the connection or something like that.
Everything was good with the connection.
Yes.
It's your first time in English, by the way, because I don't make many broadcasts.
No, it's not my I'm not quite. I don't remember. I did in the past, but I think that in the past year I didn't
So
make.
for me, it's very challenging making in English because most of the broadcasts I make my native language. So it's also interesting for me to make a broadcast in English, and to be okay in this broadcast. So thank you for everybody. I put a link. I will edit the profile. I'll put also a link to Robert as a company. I must to say that the website of Robert look much better than my website. I must
Thank you.
improve it, and it's very critical. It's what we talk about ASO.
Exactly.
I don't get a lot of clients from a website, more get from the social media because it's not optimized. It's what we talk about. But in my apps, I more invest in optimization.
Yes.
And that's all. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the host, and thank you everyone for watching. And maybe we'll have another.
I think we can make it like every like a few months.
It's a
Some
start of
group.
a good relationship.
Yeah, I don't. By the way, this group I don't take it like I even not put its AskTolik company too much because I think it's like many people share his data. I always give everybody to share a lot of businesses. In the end of the day, people choose what they want and who give him who put only link and buy it. It's not work anymore. So you need to give real value and who give real value so it's work. So
Yes.
thanks. I close the interview. 1 second.
Thank you very much.